Hello everyone, we'll start off by taking this pant leg, fold it up over, and then afterwards begin to stitch it as such. Now as you can see, we are making this loop stitch to it. Now continue to do so from side to side. Wrap the thread around it, pull it through, then go to the bottom, once again wrap the thread around it and pull it through. Now go all the way around the bottom. Now once again continue to do so, and then go an entire loop out of it. Now as you can see, this is what we are left with. Now as you continue to do it, make sure that you're being as precise as possible and as even as possible as well. Once again, go all the way around, and then this is what it should look like. As you can see, now we are doing the upper part, then we will move to the lower part, and now we will continue on and then do the upper part once again in the similar fashion, and then once again do the lower part. We are trying to maintain it as even as possible so that the design remains intact. Once again, we are going all the way from side to side, and then this is what it should look like. Once you are done with all of it, then you may tie a knot at the base of it as such. Build through it from side to side. Finally spread it out, and this is the design you will be left with. Next, as you can see, we have this turtleneck. Fold it over. After you fold it over, then take this needle and thread, push it from underneath to the top, and then begin to sew it in as such. Continue to make this loop stitch out of it. Now as you're making this loop stitch out of it, go from the bottom to the top, then wrap the thread around it, and then pull it through. Continue to do so as such. Go from one side to the other. As you are going from one side to the other, then go all the way around. Now, as you are looping it around, this is what it should look like. Now, after you're done with this, then you may go backwards and undo these stitches and then pull it tight. Once you pull it tight, the stitches will not be availably seen, but they will still be there. This is what it'll look like once you're done with it as such. It'll remain intact. Next, as you can see, we have this tear. So now, in order to stitch it up and then cover it up, we'll start off by stitching the inner portions of it first, then dusting off the rest of the material. Insert this cloth into it as such. Once you've done so, then slowly begin to sew it in. Now, as you can see, we are going from one corner to begin with. Now we are moving from side to side. We are making these horizontal stitches to it and then going in this L shape. Make sure that it is as even as possible. Now continue to do it as such. Once again, we are done with the L portion of it, that is the top portion, and now we are moving on to the horizontal portion of it. Now continue to do so, and then once you reach the end of it, then you may slowly begin to go to the top as well and then create an extra layer to it. Now pull the thread as such. After you pull the thread, then make sure that you begin going backwards as such. As you are going backwards, then it'll make the stitches all the more firm. Now we are going from side to side as well as we are going backwards, making this crisscross kind of mechanism to it. Continue to do so, and this is what it should look like. Now go all the way to the bottom. Now once again you've completed this L design, and then once you're done with this, then go to the bottom and tie a knot to it and then cut off the rest that might be present. This is what it should look like once you're done with it all. This will be a decorative way in order to stitch up any tears that you may have. Next, take this pant leg and then afterwards fold it up on the inside. Now begin to stitch it from underneath and bring it up to the top. As you can see, we are making these downward facing V-shaped stitches. Go from side to side and then continue to do so as such. Now, once again, make sure that you're being as precise as possible and make the stitches as even as possible. Now go an entire circle as such. Once again, make sure that you're making it as even, as otherwise it'll look a little bit ugly. Now, after you've gone all the way, this is what it'll look like. Thank you for watching.